Whitney Houston wasn't just a singer, she was the voice. With over 220 million records sold worldwide, 7 consecutive #1 singles, and a soundtrack that became a global cultural force, Whitney didn't just top the charts, she reshaped the music industry. She won 6 Grammy Awards, starred in one of the highest-grossing musical films of all time, and delivered the most iconic national anthem performance ever recorded. But behind the spotlight was a machine. Global tours, record-breaking contracts, licensing deals, and a posthumous estate that still generates millions. So how much did Whitney Houston actually earn, album by album, tour by tour? Let's break down the real numbers and uncover the fortune behind the most powerful voice of a generation.
After her tragic passing in 2012, Whitney Houston's legacy didn't fade, it intensified. In the days that followed the announcement of her death, her entire discography surged back to the top of global charts. More than 3 million albums were sold in just a few weeks. Streaming platforms saw massive spikes. Downloads of I Will Always Love You broke digital records. Retailers struggled to keep physical copies in stock. But the resurgence wasn't just emotional, it was financial. That one song, I Will Always Love You, alone, has now generated over $25 million in royalties and licensing since 2012. It's been featured in movies, commercials, tributes, and public memorials, and continues to generate passive income for her estate every single month. Her catalog, spanning gospel, R&B, pop, and soul, is now among the most valuable for any female artist in history. Streaming platforms pay millions annually to host her music. Licensing agencies secure deals for films, documentaries, and biographical content, and her music remains a staple in cultural moments across the globe. In 2019, Primary Wave Music acquired a 50% stake in Whitney's estate. But it wasn't just a deal, it was a vision. They announced a full-scale revival of Whitney's presence in the entertainment industry. A Broadway musical, unreleased music drops, remastered reissues, and even a global hologram tour. That tour premiered in Europe and was met with packed venues, bringing Whitney's iconic performances back to life digitally. Her image, voice, and stage presence were reborn through technology, drawing both nostalgia and admiration from new generations. Her estate continues to earn an estimated $10 million per year from streaming, publishing, licensing, merchandising, and special projects. Whitney Houston's brand is still a business, a powerful one. Over a decade after her passing, her music still sells, her voice still plays, her story still moves people, and her name still earns. Total posthumous earnings are now estimated to exceed $100 million. Let's put that into perspective. Whitney Houston sold over 220 million records. She has more chart-topping singles than any other female artist of her time. Her debut album was a cultural reset. Her soundtrack for the Bodyguard changed the definition of crossover success. She sang at the Super Bowl and turned the national anthem into a charting single. She redefined what a ballad could be, what a black woman in pop could be, what emotion could sound like in its purest form. And even after her final note, Whitney is still speaking, through data, through dollars, through impact. Whitney didn't just create timeless music, she created timeless value. She didn't just perform, she built one of the most powerful and profitable legacies in entertainment history. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Behind the Hits, and comment below. Which artist do you want us to break down next?